Consent mode. I know it's not us marketers' favourite talking point, but the truth is, it's just part of the world that we live in now when it comes to tracking and marketing. If you've been around digital marketing for a while, you know exactly what I mean when I say go the days of your GTM setup that tracks 100% of clicks and conversions nice and neat. With GDPR and other privacy laws, we now need to respect what users decide about cookies and data collection, which is where Google's consent mode comes in. It makes sure that when someone rejects your cookies, you don't just lose all of the data. You still get model conversions and signals that help you understand performance, all while staying compliant. And this is where Reaktion makes life a lot easier. We've built our platform with consent mode and GDPR in the mind from the start, so you don't have to worry about your tracking breaking as the rules keep evolving. We're built for the long run. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can enable compliance with consent mode within Reaktion so that your website is fully compliant and is able to track as many conversions as possible while being compliant with these privacy laws. Firstly, you want to navigate to your tracking dashboard and then scroll down to other settings. Here you click manage and you're able to enable or disable consent mode. To be fully compliant with consent mode, you have to enable consent mode itself, as well as enable first-party data should not be exported if consent mode status is rejected or unknown. By enabling these, your organization will then be updated and you'll be fully compliant with consent mode. That being said, one important thing to note is that not every business actually needs to be compliant with consent mode. For example, if you're operating in the US, there's no requirement to be consent mode compliant. So inside Reaktion, you can also have the option to stay non-compliant. And what that means is that if a user rejects cookies, you can still bypass that and track anyway. Some businesses choose to do this because they'd rather have the extra data. And even if you are within the EU or UK, you can choose if you wish to not be compliant, although we do strongly recommend compliance. This is to ensure that you future-proof your tracking. We definitely recommend turning it on if it is required for the location in which your business advertises to, and it is as simple as toggling the on button for consent mode, as well as the other option for exporting first-party customer data. So there you have it, nice and simple to set up consent mode within Reaktion. Whether or not you want to enable it is completely up to you, although we do recommend that you are compliant if you are within the EU or the European Economic Area. Once you've enabled your consent within Reaktion, it is also important to ensure that you have a working consent management platform or CMP. If you don't have a working consent management platform and cookie banner, this means that we are not able to send the data that has been accepted by the user to our conversion API. Instead, as default, it will come up as being rejected, which means to comply with our consent mode, we don't then send that data. So please ensure that as well as compliance within Reaktion, you are also compliant with GDPR and consent mode by having a working consent management platform on your website.